Welcome to Nation 92, your trusted source for cutting-edge defense analysis. Tonight, we dive into a historic moment in modern warfare, the most advanced aerial clash of the 21st century. Fought on the night of May 7, 2025, between the Pakistan Air Force and the Indian Air Force. This wasn't a cinematic dogfight with barrel rolls and close calls. This was a high-tech, beyond visual range battle where 4.5 generation fighter jets, long-range missiles, and artificial intelligence redefined air combat. In just 1 hour, the Pakistan Air Force delivered a decisive blow, shooting down 6 Indian aircraft and asserting its dominance in the skies. The stage was set by rising tensions after a terrorist attack in Pahalgam, Kashmir, on April 22, 2025, which killed 28 people, including civilians and Indian Navy personnel. India blamed Pakistan, launching a retaliatory air campaign codenamed Operation Sindhoor. But Pakistan was ready, under the command of Air Chief Marshal Zaheer, Ahmad Babar, Sidhu. The PAF turned the tables, proving that strategy, technology, and skill outweigh sheer numbers. Let's break it down, minute by minute, as this historic battle unfolded. At exactly 12:10 a.m. on May 7, 2025, the Indian Air Force launched the first wave of Operation Sindhoor. From airbases in northern and central India, fighter jets thundered into the night sky, their afterburners glowing against the dark. The IF deployed a formidable mix: Dassault Rafale, the French-made 4.5 generation multi-role fighter armed with Meteor missiles; Sukhoi Su-30 MKI, India's heavy-hitting twin-engine workhorse; MiG-29, upgraded with modern avionics; and Mirage 2000, a veteran platform with precision strike capabilities. These jets formed attack groups along 2 axes, targeting what India claimed were terrorist sites across the border. The Rafales, with their active electronically scanned array AESA radars and 150 to 200 kilometers range Meteor missiles, were India's spearhead. The Su-30 MKI is numbering over 250 in the IAF's fleet. Carried BrahMos cruise missiles capable of striking from 300 kilometers away. The MiG-29s and Mirage 2000s added depth, equipped with R-77 and Mika missiles. This was no small operation. India was flexing its numerical advantage, with over 600 fighter jets compared to Pakistan's 350. But numbers alone don't win wars, and Pakistan was about to prove it. Just 2 minutes later, at 12:12 a.m., the Pakistan Air Force's early warning systems lit up. Pakistani sensors, likely a combination of Chinese ZDK-03 Karakoram Eagle and Swedish Saab 2000 Erie Airborne Early Warning and Control AEW&C platforms, detected unusual activity across the border. This rapid detection showcased the PAF's advanced intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities, honed since the 2019 Balakot skirmish. Within 120 seconds, the PAF shifted to combat readiness, a testament to its integrated air defense network. Air Chief Marshal Zaheer, Ahmad Babar, Sidhu, operating from the PAF's Classified Combat Operations Center, was already awake, monitoring the situation. Sources report he hadn't slept for days, anticipating an Indian move since the Pahalgam attack. Pakistan's AEW&C assets, providing real-time tracking from over 300 kilometers away, fed data to ground-based radars and the National Intelligence, Surveillance, Reconnaissance, and Integrated Air Operations Center. This wasn't just human vigilance, it was a web of satellites, drones, and AI processing that gave Pakistan a critical edge. The stage was set for a response. By 12:23 a.m., the Pakistan Air Force sprang into action. Fighter jets roared off runways at bases like Minhas in Kamra and Noor Khan in Rawalpindi. The PAF deployed its cutting-edge platforms, the JF-17 Thunder, a lightweight 4.5 generation fighter, co-produced with China, and the Chengdu J-10CE, a Chinese multi-role jet inducted in 2022 to counter India's Rafales. The JF-17 Block 3, equipped with a ESA radar and PL-15E missiles, was the backbone, while the J-10CE added high-end firepower with its 200 to 300 kilometers range. PL-15 missiles, from detection to response. The PAF took just 11 minutes, remarkable feat reflecting its training and operational agility. Posts on X highlight the PAF's efficiency, noting that pilots were already airborne to welcome the Indian jets, thanks to prior intelligence. Unlike India's sprawling operation, Pakistan's response was surgical, with every move calculated. The PAF's 42 jets, though outnumbered, were ready to face India's 72, proving that preparation trumps quantity. At 12:30 a.m., the Indian Air Force completed its takeoff sequence. All strike groups were airborne, totaling approximately 72 fighter jets, including 14 Rafales. 30 Su-30 MKI and a mix of MiG-29s and Mirage 2000s. These aircraft were organized into 4 attack formations, each assigned specific targets inside Pakistan. The Rafales, with their Scalp cruise missiles and advanced electronic warfare suites, led the charge, supported by the Su-30's heavy payload and the MiG-29's agility. India's strategy relied on overwhelming force, leveraging its numerical edge and advanced platforms. The IAF's Falcon AEW&C systems, mounted on IL-76 aircraft, provided superior situational awareness, while its integrated air command and control system, IACC's linked jets via secure data links. But India's plan hinged on striking from within its airspace, using standoff munitions to avoid crossing the line of control lock. This cautious approach, driven by the 2019 Balakot lessons, would soon expose vulnerabilities. By 12:37 a.m., all 42 PAF combat aircraft were airborne, forming a defensive formation near the border. Supported by AEW&C platforms like the ZDK-03 and Saab 2000 Erie, the PAF established a multi-tiered defense, with J-10CEs providing top cover and JF-17s ready for intercept or strike roles. The two air forces were now locked in a tense standoff, with a force ratio of 42 POF to 72 IAF. Pakistan's jets maintained discipline, staying within their airspace, guided by real-time intelligence from their AEW&C systems. At 12:40 a.m., the IAF made its move. Without crossing the border, Indian jets began launching long-range air-to-surface missiles, targeting what India claimed were civilian sites just outside Pakistan's defense zone. These munitions, likely BrahMos or Scalp missiles, were meant to strike from a safe distance, minimizing risk to Indian aircraft. But this decision triggered a swift and devastating response from the PAF, as Pakistan sensors tracked every launch. At 12:45 a.m., the PAF's response was surgical and decisive. Using electromagnetic signatures, Pakistani AEW&C systems and ground radars locked onto every Indian jet that had launched air-to-ground munitions. This precision was enabled by advanced electronic countermeasures, ECM, including digital radio frequency memory, DRFM jammers, and spoofing, which disrupted India's radar tracking and data links. Air Chief Marshal Zaheer, Ahmad Babar, Sidhu, personally overseeing the operation, issued a critical directive: The rules of engagement were upgraded from deterrence standoff to engage and shoot down hostile aircraft. This shift, described in X-posts as a move to assure kill, deny own loss, allowed PAF pilots to launch preemptive strikes based on radar locks, bypassing visual confirmation. Sidhu's command echoed through the radio. Kill them. Don't let them enter even an inch into Pakistan. The PAF's 15 Squadron, which Sidhu once led, prepared to execute with lethal precision, setting the stage for a historic rout. From 12:50 a.m. to 1:10 a.m., the skies became a battlefield of long-range missiles. PAF's J-10CE and JF-17 Thunderjets unleashed PL-15E beyond visual range BVR missiles, with ranges up to 145 kilometers, targeting the marked Indian aircraft. The PL-15E, equipped with AESA seekers and dual-pulse motors, proved deadly against India's advanced jets. Intercepted communications from the IAF's Godzilla Rafale squadron revealed the chaos. Godzilla 3, hit, going down, followed by Godzilla 4, mid-air explosion. 2 Rafales were confirmed downed, their advanced countermeasures overwhelmed by the PL-15E's precision. The PAF strategy was disciplined, targeting only jets that had launched munitions, avoiding unnecessary escalation. X-posts report that the PAF's J-10CEs, guided by Saab-Erie AEW&C, struck with surgical accuracy, exploiting India's reliance on net-centric warfare. The Rafales, designed for advanced data links, were digitally blinded by PAF's electronic warfare, their communications garbled and radar spoofed. This 20-minute window marked the turning point as India's formations began to falter. By 1:15 a.m., the tide had turned decisively. In just 25 minutes, the Pakistan Air Force shot down 5 Indian fighter jets, 3 Rafales, 1 Su-30 MKI, and 1 MiG-29, plus a medium-altitude long-endurance male UAV. This tally, reported by Pakistani officials and echoed in X-posts, sent shockwaves through the region. The Rafales, India's pride, were hit by PL-15E missiles. Their 150 to 200 kilometers Meteor missiles outmaneuvered by Pakistan's electronic countermeasures and missile range. The Su-30 MKI, a heavy fighter with a massive payload, and the MiG-29, a nimble dogfighter, fell to the same fate. The PAF's selective strikes showcased its tactical superiority. By targeting only aggressive aircraft, Pakistan maintained proportionality, avoiding a broader escalation. The downed UAV, likely a surveillance asset, underscored the PAF's ability to neutralize India's force multipliers. As the Indian formations broke apart, their pilots' intercepted audio revealed panic and confusion, a stark contrast to the PAF's disciplined execution. The world was witnessing a masterclass in modern air combat. From 1:30 a.m. to 2 a.m., the battle drew to a close. After losing 6 aircraft, the Indian Air Force retreated from the combat zone, its formations scattering back to bases. The PAF, having achieved its objective, began returning to base with no reported losses. The entire clash, from initial takeoffs to the last landing, spanned roughly 2 hours. But the core engagement lasted just 1 hour. Testament to the speed and lethality of modern air combat. This was no ordinary skirmish. It was the most advanced aerial battle of the 21st century, pitting the world's top 4.5 generation jets Rafale, Su-30 MKI J-10CE, and JF-17 Thunder against each other in a high-tech duel. The PAF's pilots, backed by superior training, electronic warfare, and the PL-15E missile, delivered a humiliating defeat to the IAF. X-posts hailed the PAF's superior combat skills, noting that no Pakistani jets crossed the border. Yet they dominated the engagement. Air Chief Marshal Zaheer Ahmad Babar, Sidhu's leadership, rooted in his own combat experience, was pivotal, earning chants of Allahu Akbar in the POF's command center. The aftermath was profound. India's losses, 3 Rafales, each costing over $200 million, stung both capability and morale. The IAF, with its numerical edge, was outclassed by Pakistan's agility and technology. Operation Sindhoor, meant to project strength, became a cautionary tale. For Pakistan, this victory validated its modernization. From the JF-17 program to the J-10CE induction, and cemented Air Chief Marshal Sidhu's legacy. As Nation 92, we salute the PAF's precision and resolve, proving that in the skies, it's not about numbers, it's about skill, strategy, and the will to defend. Thank you for joining us on Nation 92. Like, subscribe, and share to stay updated on the latest in defense analysis. Till next time, stay vigilant, and may our skies remain secure.